Hi folks, this video is in reference to the recent tension between China and Japan. If you would like a more detailed explanation as to what caused this, I have the video link to my explanation on what transpired in the description, as well as it's posted as a video response. If you're not aware of what transpired, I would suggest you look at that video first, then come back to this one. Alright, back to the current situation. Well, Japan has released the Chinese fishing vessel captain to go back to China after the demands by the commies in Beijing, waving their fingers and just behaving like wild dogs that communists are. No matter what nation they're in, they're nothing but wild dogs. Let me tell you something. The people of China could be the greatest people in the world. God bless them, I say. I like to see their prosperity. However, I do not like communism, and I do not like communists. You cannot trust communists. Could you name one instance in the history of man where you were able to trust a commie? Come on, I'm listening. See? You cannot come up with that instance. But let's forget about that. Let's come to today. So the captain is released and he's sent back to China after demands by the Chinese. The government in Tokyo acquiesced to commie demands. They're saying, well, it wasn't the central government in Tokyo. It was Okinawa that released him and sent him back. You know, potato, potato, all right? But in the meantime, the commies have in captivity 4 Japanese citizens from the Japanese corporation Fujita, who were there to, as I guess a prelude to the Japanese removing chemical weapons left in China by the Japanese military after the Second World War. So the Chinese knew these 4 men were there, but the Chinese are accusing them of being in a military sensitive area. Your whole country's a military sensitive area from what I'm able to read. Anytime someone does something that you do not agree with, some foreign in your country, military sensitive area. Well, I remember one time the commies arrested somebody because he had a commie newspaper in his briefcase and they said it was a state secret. So don't give me this military sensitive area business. Now back to Japan. You acquiesce to communists, you embolden now their negative behavior. That's all you basically did. But you know something? Let me tell the government of Japan what basically transpired here. Never mind the relationship between you and China or you and any other nation. How about the relationship between you and your people? This morning I received a message from an 18-year-old in Japan telling me what had happened. And he writes in this message that he has tears in his eyes as he's writing the message. That's right. This is an emotional issue for your people in Japan, for your citizens. Did you not recognize that? Does some foreigner from across the sea in Texas have to tell you the sensitivity of your people in relation to this issue? There's a disconnect here somewhere, folks. But to the people of Japan, fear not, you still live in a great nation. From time to time, we who live in nations such as the United States and Japan, we get politicians who we do not agree with, whom we find despicable. Thank God we have the vote to vote them out of office. I suggest you exercise that come your next election if you are thoroughly unhappy with the events as they transpire. And now the commies in China are demanding an apology. Do you understand what's happening here? You can never satisfy a commie. No, you cannot do that. But here's what's going on, folks. The commies did the United States a favor here. You most certainly did. And to the commies in China, thank you very much. Sure enough, from one American citizen to the commies in China. And here's why I say that. Because of your hostile, unrealistic behavior in this situation, you awoken the other nations in Asia who were thinking perhaps they can cozy up to your regime, but now they come to realize you're a bunch of lunatics. So what are they doing? They're now re-examining their political situation and relationship to the United States, thus seeking warmer relations with the United States. So you've made a benefit to us. Thank you. But you also benefited those other countries in Asia that were about to be suckered in by the commies in China. Yeah, South Korea is now realizing even further the importance of a good relationship with the United States. The commies in Vietnam are now seeking better relationships with the United States because of the Chinese activities, the commie Chinese activity. Do you understand that? Now we have commie Vietnam not trusting commie China. The commies don't even trust one another. And we're going to... Okay, my suggestion is in Japan, this may be a good time for you to revisit Article 9. To the good people of Okinawa, do you now understand why there's approximately 35,000 troops, American troops, housed on your island? Listen to me. Every American troop, military personnel that is currently in Japan will willingly defend your nation if called upon to do so. We are very faithful to our allies, and Japan is a good, wonderful ally to the United States, as I hope you see us as the same. And to the people of Japan, once again, do not have a tear come to your eye in this instance. Do not have a heavy heart. Be proud for your nation. This is just a bump in the road of a magnificent nation. All right, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya. Or as they say in Japan, sayonara. Or as we say close to the border here, hasta la vista. We'll see you, folks.